We are your HBCU homeboys, and we are here to talk everything HBCU as we come down to the end of the season. Playoff bids are on the horizon, and people about to start getting fired.
Let me tell you where I've been for the last 2 months. We fired our coach. One of my teams fired their coach, and the other one need to fire their coach. So that's where we are.
Oh, my teams are fired. My coach fired. Oh, two. Got one fired, two on the way. Florida fired theirs. Hampton, you going home. Raheem, you going home. Quinn, Jalen saving you, brother. It ain't good.
So y'all know what it is with HBCU news around the culture. We got a few things we're going to talk about. So this year, we haven't really covered the CIAA and SIAC in depth. We have been watching. Shout out to Johnson C. Smith, who dethrones Virginia Union, the two-time CIAA champions, to earn the CIAA title. First one since 1969. And let me tell you, they dominated this game all the way through. And now they get the number 2 seed in the Division II regionals. And Virginia Union gets the number 3 seed, where Johnson C. Smith will play Frostburg and Virginia Union will play California, PA. How you feel about that, man? Shout out to congratulations, Johnson C. Smith.
Congratulations, Johnson C. Smith. Y'all been competing, and to finally get it done and get your first championship since 1969. This is special. The school gonna celebrate you. Y'all gonna have a 10-year anniversary, 20-year anniversary. Congratulations to y'all. And yeah, keep up the good work. See if y'all can beat Frostburg.
Yeah, man. Y'all need to go ahead and beat Frostburg. But I'm just really, really impressed with Johnson C. Smith. Their coach won Coach of the Year, rightfully so. So they've come a long way. And to dethrone Virginia Union is no easy feat. Moving on to the SIAC, Albany State. I don't know if that's an upset. I think Benedict. Albany State is ranked higher.
They're ranked
17 and 23.
10-1 versus 9-2. Well, I guess they were both 9-1 going into the game.
But shout out to Benedict, man. They
hell of a season.
And I think they had one tough season when they lost Chennis, and then they've rebounded very, very well. In Albany State, Southern University, I need you guys to go look at Coach Quinn. Quinn Gray with a former head coach.
Whoa! What you talking about? You Hampton. We need a new coach too. Y'all can look at people who've already been.
Well, this is true. Too. This is true because he did play at FAMU when FAMU was in the MEAC, if I'm not mistaken. Bro, yeah, I think he played at FAMU. Is either at FAMU or Grambling, but I think he played at FAMU while FAMU was in the MEAC. So he definitely has ties to Hampton, to playing in the MEAC and playing in the Hampton Roads area, because FAMU used to always come up there. But either way, he's not going to be there long at all. Shout out to Albany State, man. Benedict still gets an at-large bid. I think they play in like a play-in type game in the Division II playoffs. Albany State earns the number 1 seed in the region and a home field path to the championship game with this win. The number 17 Albany State Rams. Listen, if you guys want to see HBCUs that are ranked and that seem to get all the respect that they deserve, go look at Division II, dog.
Yeah,
we've been out there
and competing consistently. Because Benedict ain't no slouch. Nope. Speaking of competing consistently,
and Benedict,
yeah, 2 for 2. South Carolina State over North Carolina Central in a complete dogfight, 34-27. They got it done in the end. I think what was the long run from the running back to finish the game after the quarterback pre-celebration.
Daddy, quarterback tricked it off. Was about to.
Hey man, whatever you do, you owe that man lunch. You owe that man dinner. You owe that man all the peace in the world. And for y'all who didn't watch the game, quarterback was on a goal line. I think it was an RPO. Took it himself, and it did look like he was going to get it done. And then out of nowhere, just was not able to get it done. Tackled on the goal line. He threw his finger up like he was finna score, and then Did not.
Got ear hole. He looked that way. Yeah.
That is for sure going to be terrible on tape. That tape that they probably watched today. And he bailed him out. Yeah. He saved him. That would have been,
man.
That would have been tragic.
South Carolina state defense forced 3 turnovers and held North Carolina Central to 27 points. Man, that was it was back and forth. Really, really good game.
Hey, cut y'all TVs on, man. Sometimes y'all watch these games. You will get, this is a dog fight. I don't care what type of football you like, wherever you like football. If you like football, this is a hell of a game.
High level football too. So now South Carolina State has clinched a space into the MEAC Championship game, which they don't really have one, but normally it plays out. They schedule the big 3 or 4 teams that can compete to play at the end of the season every year. And this year, it's going to be Delaware State. Delaware State and DeSean Jackson in his first year. The story of the year, really, in HBCU football is the Delaware State Hornets, who beat Howard, the dog park, as Norwood calls them.
And not that type of dog either. They none of that. Not today. It's just where you take your dog. DeSean Jackson, congratulations, man. Yeah, but it ain't happening. But congratulations on a big win. Congratulations on a big win. Congratulations on more wins. I feel like Del State probably ready to re-up him right now. He's come in with a vengeance.
Well, the being able hiring the transfer portal and the NIL and giving, allowing you to now hire bigger names is such a tool now. And Delaware State, along with DeSean Jackson. DeSean Jackson,
you gotta stop.
I don't want y'all to think. Yeah, I do. You got to stop. I don't want y'all to think that DeSean was hired just because of the name. His father was a great coach. He grew up in the coaching profession, watching his father.
I actually watched a video where his father was so involved that when they drafted him, Andy Reid said, your dad kind of got to back off. That's a different conversation for a different day. That's a little strange to me.
Well, that just means that he knows what he's doing to me. And the fact that now you kind of got best of both worlds. You got the millennial, still in tune with the players, former professional, who's also good at coaching, grew up in the coaching ranks. And he's happy to be at Delaware State. He ain't never been to a black homecoming before.
Loves it. He still has a ton of both respect and recognition from guys in the NFL, from the kids coming up. Hey, I grew up watching that guy. So all of the above. This has been great, and it's been great to us because what did they do? They beat Howard. Speaking of other folks losing, Morgan, congratulations. You did your damn job finally, son. I think that Morgan State has overly been relatively disappointing for the season just because of every All-American I feel like they had. But when we needed them to do the needful, they did. Morgan over Norfolk State, 35-28. Mike Vick takes another L. It's been a rough season for him, but keep your head up, kid. But we also don't want to see the Spartans win. Such is life.
Mike just got to get some stability. He's got to figure out what he wants to do. Once he figures out how he wants this to look, I think he'll be fine. But yeah, Morgan State, thank you for beating NSU. It is what it is. Now, the SWAC is probably the most entertaining HBCU conference just because of the notoriety of it and the fact that they added probably the MEAC's, well, 2 of the MEAC's most historic schools, especially FAMU. Prairie View, where are we going to start? So yeah, Prairie View clinches the SWAC West by beating Arkansas Pine Bluff. Coach Jackson has them in the SWAC championship game to play either Jackson State or Alabama State.
First season. Congratulations.
First season. Shout out
and
to
did it
QB.
your way. Did it your way. You came right in. You had a lot to say. You had a lot of rules and have been successful.
Set them
Kudos and
boundaries.
respect to you. Right.
Set them boundaries. Now, I will say you are also playing in a weak West because Southern sucks. Grambling sucks. Texas Southern is the bottom part of mid. And
they're
Arkansas
not gonna
Pine
look back
Bluff,
at the schedule and say
booted.
that. They're gonna say in my first year at PV, I went to the SWAC championship. Yeah. Dress it up and make it real. We all lied our jobs, don't we? At least a little bit.
Yep. I went into this Southern University versus Texas Southern game with zero expectations. I expected us to lose. I have never been disappointed in losing. Like we were up Southern was up 21-3. 21 to nothing. Maybe it's 14-0 on Texas Southern. And then they just came out and I didn't even think Texas Southern could score 35 points, to be honest. And they came out and put 35 on Southern. I was like, bruh.
It's been a rough year for Southern across the board. I can't say anything.
I think they're over in the SWAC. I don't think they've won in the SWAC this year, which I don't know if that has ever happened. So that means heads will roll. Y'all better go get Quinn. Y'all because whoo. What else we got? Alabama State. We knew they were gonna massacre Mississippi Valley.
And did 41-2-3. Took y'all outside to the woodshed. My God.
And left you there. Put you up for adoption. Jackson State beat Bethune.
Whooped and cooked.
Jackson State beat Bethune-Cookman in a game that was closer than most thought. 28-13. Bethune-Cookman got something over there.
They're headed in the right direction. I hope that they're given the opportunity to figure it out and given the money to figure it out. But they could do it. They could be something.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what they could be, but they could be something.
Yeah, and they were already depleted because of the whole altercation with Grambling the week before. And I assumed that both of these teams were going to lose because losing 20-plus players on a HBCU roster is difficult to overcome. And Grambling lost to Alcorn State 27-16. Dang, it's tough for the state of Louisiana in football right now. But that's the SWAC scores. I can't wait to see. I think Jackson State next week or the week after next should be able to clinch the SWAC East with a win. If they lose and Alabama State wins out, Alabama State will be there to play Prairie View. That should be an interesting game because Prairie View is defense oriented, although they did score 56 points. Jackson State and Alabama State put on the they play Arkansas Pine Bluff. You got to take Southern's game out of the equation. That's like playing D2 right now. And then Jackson State and Alabama State are offensive heavy schools. So that should be fun. It's going to be fun the rest of the season. You got the MEAC Championship next week. You got the SWAC Championship first week of December. It's about to be Thanksgiving, so you're going to have all the rivalry games, Bayou Classic, Florida Classic, all of those. Fun time in football. It's
a fun time for some people. It's a done time for some people. Let me tell you that. It ain't fun for everybody. Some of us season is over. O-V-E-R. Over.
Abbreviated. Just like the season was. It was over like week 3.
Man. My season's been over so long. Been so long. We've been gone. Boy.
But ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of HBCU, I believe.
Yes,
did I miss anything?
That is everything. We never miss anything.
We're gonna take a brief break. Hey, we're making good time. We're gonna now get into where we normally are going to spiral a little bit. College football. We'll be
surprise. I ain't got too much spiraling to do though. Let me tell you, it's safe over here.
No, but I am gonna talk about the bitch with a badge though. So y'all stay tuned. We will be right back.
Bitches and badges and batches and bitches. Jesus. Oh my God. We'll be back.